We're going to go ahead and start. ECM is voting this Port Act now, and we're going to have Matt Jackson come down to explain the amendments when they're ready. So, what's that? Is the audio working? Because if so, we're going to roll. All right, the audio is working, so we're going to roll on. All right, so the ECM is voting the Port Act, so we're going to hold that. I'm sure that they're going to want us to vote that, so they'll probably hold the bells. I don't think we're going to be in until 11 this morning anyway. But let's knock out the rest of our vote list and then check in on ECM. All right, so we're going to hold the Port Act, Senate Bill 322. Council, we have amendments.
Yes. Amendment number 1 is technical, and amendment number 2 provides an exception for employees of the optional retirement plan who have a supplemental retirement plan under the optional retirement plan. And it will also, the other amendments will also require all employees in a supplemental retirement plan under automatic enrollment to sign a written disclosure.
Disclosure. So hopefully there's more notice, and we've given more ability for other companies to come in and be part of this. Is that right, Joe?
That's right.
Okay.
Sorry, that's right.
All right, I'll move the amendments. Second. All in favor of the amendment, say aye. Opposed, raise your hand. The ayes have it. I'm going to move the bill as amended. The bill's been moved and seconded. Let me just say this. The Speaker of the House gives us a lot of latitude to do what we want on this committee and to pass bills and a budget and legislation the way we see it. This is a bill that's important for the Speaker, who has asked us to pass this bill. So I'm going to pass this bill today. With that, Delegate Acevedo.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to make sure, as far as the bill, I know there's the automatic enrollment. Do employees have the opportunity to choose which of the SRP plans in terms of the automatic enrollment? Do you know?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Any other discussion on the bill? Okay, bills are moved and seconded. Roll call.
Vice Chair Chang.
Yes.
Vice Chair Chang is a yay. Delegate Smith.
Yes.
Delegate Smith is a yay. Delegate Lewis.
Yes.
Delegate Lewis is a yay. Watson is a yay. Delegate Solomon. Delegate Solomon is a yay. Delegate Grice. Delegate Grice is a yay. Delegate Ivy. Delegate Ivy is a yay. Delegate Anderson. Delegate Anderson is a yay. Delegate McCaskill. Delegate McCaskill is a yay. No. Delegate McCaskill is no. Delegate Ruff. Delegate Ruff is a yay. Delegate McComas. Delegate McComas is a yay. Delegate Spiegel. Delegate Spiegel is a yay. Delegate Stonko, I'm sorry. Delegate Stonko is a yay. Delegate Mangione. Delegate Mangione is a yay. Delegate Wolick. Delegate Wolick is a yay. Delegate Heimbaugh. Delegate Heimbaugh is a yay. Delegate Acevedo. No. Delegate Acevedo is a no. Delegate Edelson. Delegate Edelson is a yay. Delegate Hay.
This Senate Bill 587.
Senate Bill 5, State Procurement Unit, Small Minority and Women Business Affairs to include in their mandated annual report specified data on minority business enterprise participation in the state contracting for real property title insurance services, including commercial real property title insurance services. There are no amendments.
Passed 45-0 in the Senate. Move the bill.
Second.
Any discussion on the bill? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, raise your hand. Delegate Mangione is a no, but the bill does pass. Senate Bill 596.
Bill 596. This is an identical cross-file to Delegate Watson's Shine Bill. You all voted that unanimously about a month ago. It's identical.
Identical. Move the identical bill. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, raise your hand. Bill passes unanimously. Senate Bill 800.
This bill is in the same posture as the House bill that was unanimous.
All right. Same posture bill, move favorable. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed, raise your hand. The bill does pass with the unanimous vote. Senate Bill 937.
This is the same posture as House Bill 1157, I believe. We are secondary and there was only one no vote, Delegate McComas.
Okay. Any discussion? Move favorable? All right, all in favor, say aye. Opposed, raise your hand. Delegate McComas, you were a no the first time around. Did you want to? Okay, bill passes unanimously. Senate Bill 966.
This is the annual prior auth bill. There is an amendment that makes various technical changes to project titles and amounts.
All right, move the amendments. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Move the bill as amended. All right, any discussion on the bill? All in favor, say aye. Opposed, raise your hand. Okay, the bill passes unanimous vote. Senate Bill 1188. Port Bill, sorry, that's the other cross-file Port Bill. We're going to hold that one as well, but we do have some concurrences. Let's go ahead and tackle those. Move to concurrence calendar. House Bill 75. I think these are all moved to concur, right? Move to concur. All right, motion is concur. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, raise your hand. The ayes have it. The bill passes. House Bill 228, move to concur. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, raise your hand. The ayes have it. House Bill 428, move to concur. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, raise your hand. The ayes have it. House Bill 983, move to concur. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, raise your hand. The ayes have it. All right, let's just hang tight here. So if we can, you can mill about if you want, but let's just hang close to the committee because we do need to get this Ports Act out. So let's just check in. All right, we're back and we're joined by the one and only Matt Jackson, who's going to walk us through the Port Act.
All right, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy sunny day. Okay, so to be clear, what you're going to vote on now is going to be both Port Act bills. You're in possession of House Bill 1526. Senate Bill 1188 is got to be let out of rules. That's going to be during the first session. So just so you know. What you have in front of you is the reprint of Senate Bill 1188. I'm going to walk through the amendments via the reprint. Remember that Senate amendments are going to be in regular underlined text, and then House amendments are going to be italicized. And I'm just going to go through the bill page by page, if that's all right with you.
We can have a little more bridge than ECM.
Yeah. So beginning on page 3, you'll see the preamble to the bill. You'll notice that the Senate there clarified that we're not just that we're addressing reduced operations of the port, not just full closure. Beginning on page 4 and ending at line 20 on page 7, you'll see that there are amendments in there adding where the Senate added the Fallen Transportation Workers Scholarship Program. The program is meant to provide scholarships to children, stepchildren, surviving spouses of transportation workers who lost their lives in the course of their job. The House amendments on page 4 in line 9 allow the program to look back only to January 1st, 2022. Previously, it was just all the way back in the past. The House amendments on page 5, line 1 through 22 are clarifying and remove the state residency requirement for a scholarship recipient. On page 9, after line 21, you'll find a House amendment that prohibits an employer's earned rating record from getting dinged by labor. This is where they'll pay more if they lay more people off and everything. So that experience rating is not affected. Top of page 9, you'll see us added an amendment authorizing the Secretary of Labor to exempt folks from the work search requirement. We're just altering that to not end at the end of the executive order, because there still could be folks who could still be out of work even when the state of emergency actually ends. At the bottom of page 9 through the top of page 10, you'll see Senate amendments that exempts tax payments from the benefit program, which we're going to discuss here in a second. So they don't have to pay taxes on benefits that are received under the program. We did this during the Relief Act for workers generally. After line 5 on page 10, you will see a series of House amendments there. The addition of 10208 is there to ensure that an individual isn't getting taxed on their scholarship money that they would receive. And 13203 allows the sharing of tax information between labor and commerce. It allows the comptroller to do that. This is in the instance, this is for like fraud, misrepresentation, all that kind of detection. Beginning at the bottom of page 10 and ending on page 12 in line 23, you'll see the Senate amendment. This is adding the increased capacity for the Transportation Authority to bond and help rebuild the bridge. That's going to $4 billion. You can see that on line 11 on page 10. Beginning at the bottom of page 12, this is where you get to the assistance programs themselves as amended by the Senate. The programs are meant to provide assistance to individuals who regularly perform work at the port, and also to small businesses, trade associations, and such, to, among other things, avoid layoffs. The House amendments you'll see through here, I'm not going to go through every single one of them. I'm going to summarize every single one of them, but not point you to every single one of them. The House amendments are the following. An individual must be a Maryland-based worker. An individual may receive a supplement through the program if the UI benefit is low. So there's some offset there so that people can be paid a little bit more. The payments received under the program don't factor into the individual's UI calculation. For businesses, they have to have their principal place of operations located in the state, or if that's not the case, they must use that money to support its Maryland-based workforce or operations. So this can't be something that just goes out into the ether. We also say that we clarify that labor unions count as recipients under the bill as trade associations and unions, just to clarify. This is for the longshoremen and their model and how that money flows. The Department of Labor has to incorporate the work sharing insurance program to the extent practical under the program. This is something we did back. It's been on the books for a while. And we altered during the Relief Act. We say that federal funds have to be used first before any state funds are generally used. So exhaust federal funds before you hit state funds. And we also say that federal funds can only be used for worker retention grants to any entity that's not a small business, labor union, trade association. So this is just a little bit of belts and suspenders for if anybody, any larger corporation gets a hold, right, that it's not going out there. The federal funds, because you're going to have some of that come down, as we saw, especially with the Relief Act and whatnot, where they have lots of strings attached. We don't want to prevent that from being used, but we also don't want it to supplement it via state funds. You'll find Senate amendments with House tweaks on pages 15 through 16, requiring Labor and Commerce to establish the structure of the program, as well as requirements regarding the filing of insurance and subrogation claims, and also requires them to claw back any misused funds. You got House amendments on page 16, look to line 24. We're ensuring that the rainy day fund can only be drawn down in increments of 25 million. This goes, you should have the executive order on your desk. If you don't, the EO pulled down 25 million, seeks to pull down 25 million from the rainy day fund, but the committees saw the wisdom to make sure that it's a limited draw each time so that they don't go after the full 250 million that would be left all in one swoop. So House amendments beginning on line 36 on page 16 through all of page 17 add detailed monthly reporting and accounting requirements for how the funds are spent. The Legislative Policy Committee is going to have oversight, and as it already did, this is just sort of something explicit, especially for other committees, to note that LPC is going to call hearings whenever they do, just to have oversight over this program based on those monthly reports. Finally, you see on page 18, the House amendments require the department to draw down existing revenue sources before going to the rainy day fund and other funds. So this is for kind of like your commerce and labor who are using already existing funds outside of the rainy day funds. And then also there's a couple provisions about reversions. Any unspent funds revert back to rainy day to shield rainy day. And also we're pushing the Attorney General to seek all options to recover any damages as a result of this. And that is the quick summary of the amendments.
All right. Any questions on the amendments as they're about to try? Shut the door there. Okay. There's the bells, I guess. Any questions on the amendments? Question on the amendments? All in favor of the amendment, say aye. Any opposed, raise your hand. The amendment's passed. Any question on the bill as amended? Any question? We just do a voice vote. We got the bells ringing. Is that okay? Both bills. This is for the purposes of both bills, the House and the Senate bill. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, raise your hand. The bill does pass by a unanimous vote. Thank you. Are you in your old seat over here from appropriations?
It's good to be back.
Yeah. All right. All right. Thanks. We're adjourned.